Hey guys, Captain Kurt Fisker here. Thank you for joining me again. Before I get started, I want to thank so many of you people for your encouraging letters, your emails, and things that have been coming in, and some of your phone calls. Fantastic. It's my privilege to be able to enlighten you on some of the stuff in powered paragliding and some of the pitfalls that I fell into when I first got into the sport. It's been a lifelong commitment of mine to steer people away from some of the scams out there. Those of you that have been thanking me for seeing the scam warning video on our website concerning the equipment and all the features that a Fresh Breeze has versus the other. Some of you were about to buy some of the lousiest equipment there was. You were about to deal with some of the shadiest dealers and be taken. And that's your hard-earned money. So it's encouraging to me that we got something accomplished and some of you people heard it. We're still making headway. The other topic that you've been thanking me for is the headway we've been making on exposing these organizations out there. WPPGA, false organization, created by a guy who writes about himself on the website as though it's a real organization. It's not. The other one, the very deceiving one, is, of course, the USPPA. And you know my standing on that from the other things. They're trying to tell you that you need ratings and you need certificates and you need their... Folks, it's an absolute lie. There is absolutely no reason to get a rating. It means nothing. You can tear it out and set it on the back of the toilet when you get your rating because it doesn't mean anything. It's worthless. It's not required by the FAA to have any kind of license, N number, medical, nothing. They don't even require that you take training. You'd be foolish not to. I've dedicated my life to keeping people safe. Now let me tell you a little problem that we got into with this, because when I saw this almost 18 years ago, I got online, I saw people damaging their equipment, I saw them getting hurt, and I saw a few people die, and I got online, and I said, nobody has to do this. I will train anybody, anywhere, anytime, free of charge, anywhere in the United States. And I did that for 14 years. Of the almost 18 years I've been training. I did that for 14 years. I wouldn't accept a dime. This is from people that didn't purchase anything from me. Now you think organizations out there who call themselves organizations that are so concerned about your safety, you think they would have said, hey Kurt, thanks so much for taking the time away from your family, away from your businesses, away from your children, and traveling across the United States and spending sun up to sundown in a dirty old field training somebody how to fly who couldn't afford training. But you know what? They didn't do that. Instead, they were very angry, and to this day, they're still very angry. There's a whole lot of great instructors out there, folks. There really are. So I'm not including all of them. There's a lot of great guys out there, and they're worth the money. They're worth $1,500, they're worth $2,000, they're worth $3,000. Your life is worth about anything to get good training. You need good training. Don't buy videos. Any video you want to see on how to launch, that's great. But don't spend your money on them, because if you need anything, not only will I give you these videos for free, but if you come to me, I'll train you personally for free. I don't have to charge you for training. I don't need to. I have my own other source of income. They charge $2,500 to $3,000 for training. I understand some people can't afford that. Listen, I'm here for you people. If you can't afford it, come to me. Get equipment from us that's good enough. We're not going to jack up the cost of the unit to cover training. It truly is free. I will hands-on give you one-on-one training. And listen, there's no time limit on it. It's not 4 days. It's not 5 days. It's not 10 days. It's unlimited training. When I go out of state, I train for 4 days at a time, but if you need me to come back or you need to come to me more, you can have unlimited training. Make sure you understand that. So you have no excuse not to get good training. And I will cover all of the topics that you need to know about in powered paragliding. In fact, many of the launch techniques and things used out there like simulator and different things, I was one of the top instructors. I've been the top instructor in the United States for almost 17 years now. There was only a handful of instructors in the United States, and quite honestly, I don't care for their techniques. Most of those techniques were learned on the side of a mountain for paragliding, which will work, but they're not as efficient as teaching you how to fly in air that comes flat across the land. And I teach a much more efficient way, a simpler way, a little more fun, I think, and enjoyable, so that you can have something and start experiencing the dream of flight without all the restriction, without all the extra work. Now, the subject I want to talk about is some of the people that have been bashing me. First of all, I want to thank you also, because if it wasn't for your bashing, many people wouldn't even know about me. But and so they've come to me, and now they've learned the truth, because everything I say, I can back up. Now, the person that I want to address out there, first of all, is a lot of you dealers out there who don't like me. Well, I'm sorry that you don't, but many of you guys have never even met me. You've never met me. You've only gone by what other people say. So, with that in mind, I'm opening an open invitation to you right now. The invitation is this: anytime that you want to audit my training, that means sit in on my training sessions with any one of my students. I train 7 days a week. You're welcome to call me up and come on in. I will allow you to come onto my premises. I'll feed you lunch. And you come on and you show me what little tidbit of information that I'm not giving these people. Many of you are sitting there bashing me and trying to say that people aren't getting good training that come to me because it's free. And that's nonsense. I spend as much time and more with these people. I let them stay at my house. I let students stay right at my house. I feed them. I let them, you want to talk to them, talk to some of my students. Now, I don't know any of you instructors doing that. Not only do you not let them stay at your house, not only do you not put them up, not only do you not take care of them, but then you charge them $2,500 for training, or so-called training. But if you doubt my skill level on training, I am opening the door right now. You can not only come to my premises, I will allow you to bring a camera. I'll allow you to bring as many people as you want, and you can let them see what I train my students. Now, I've never had that invitation from anybody else, nor do I doubt I ever will. They don't want me there. In fact, I've been banned from coming to some of the fly-ins because they don't want free training there, and they don't want me to have my equipment sitting right next to theirs, or explaining the difference and being able to walk you back and forth a couple feet away to show you the difference. So they don't like me around too much. They definitely don't want you to know about free training, you folks out there that are listening, that are thinking about coming into the sport. They'll try to keep you as far away from me as they can. And that's the problem I got. Because I don't mind if you don't like my personality, that's fine. I've been called a million names before. But if you start lying about me, and you start creating lies about me, well, then I got a problem with that. Now, that was my invitation to all you instructors out there if you've never met me. And any of you folks that go to these guys, when you hear them bashing me, you find out if they've ever sat in on any of my training classes and see if they have. And ask them if they've taken me up on this offer right now. And tell them about this offer. Talk to those instructors and say, hey, Kurt Pfister has offered publicly, online, given an invitation for you to come out. And if you haven't taken it up, then how can you even say he's not giving good instruction? Because you haven't been there. You're going by something that somebody else says, and you've jumped on the bandwagon because you know my standing against the USPPA. Now, my other invitation is to you, Mr. Jeff Goin, Mr. Self-Appointed President of the USPPA, Mr. Self-Appointed Treasurer as well. Man, I got a problem with that first off, right off. Most organizations elect a president right from the beginning. You just kind of make yourself president and treasurer. That's kind of a, well, I don't know. That sounds a little funny to me. But if people want to keep sending you money, that's their business. I'm just going to warn them. And from the letters and emails and phone calls that I've been getting, I guess I'm assuming that's why you're pretty pissed off. Well, I see all your writings about me, and despite my dislike for your sexual preference, despite the things you say about my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ in your chat rooms and your atheist chat rooms and your devout atheism and the people that are fools for trusting in this Jesus Christ person, despite all that, I'll let God fight his own battles. He's big enough to handle you. You'll find out someday he's real. But despite all that, what I don't like is your lies. And I don't like your little scams. Okay? And so what I'm offering to you, Jeff Goin, listen to me publicly right now. I will pay your airfare. I will pay for your hotel. I will pay for all of your meals for as long as you'd like to stay and audit my training classes with my students. And you check out my personal syllabus for training these people. and you check out my personal training methods, and you tell me where I'm failing before you run your mouth. You have never been to one of my training sessions. You have never been in it. And instead of saying, someone said, or I heard somewhere that Kurt's a bad instructor, or I heard it from somewhere, why don't you come in? I'm paying all of your motel, your airfare, your food, all of your expenses to come to any one of my training sessions anywhere you like, and you can even bring a camera. And I encourage you that if I'm teaching something wrong, I want you to personally walk over in front of my student and tell me why it's wrong. How's that sound? Well, there you go, Mr. Goin. Put up or shut up. You're right, you sit in your little chat rooms, you sit in your little, writing your little stories. I don't know when you have time to work for Southwest. What is that, like one day a week? Because you're getting rich off of your videos. And if you're going to run an organization, we don't use it as a platform to sell your books and videos. Folks, don't send anything that has Jeff Goin's name on it, USPPA endorsed, don't doing it. This guy is regulating the sport. He's trying to make it so you're regulated. You have to get this rating or that rating. Oh, you want to come fly at our fly-in? Oh, I'm sorry. I've suckered one of my instructors into being in the USPPA, and he's going to make it mandatory that if you want to fly with us, you got to be rated. Well, gee, how do I get rated? I really want to fly here. Well, first you got to pay Jeffy Goin, send him money, and then you got to pay an instructor to get a P1 rating. And then you got to pay him some more money to get a P2 rating. But wait a minute. This rating's not needed. The FAA doesn't need it. Oh, but Jeffy Goin's trying to regulate the sport and force membership by encouraging lockdown on the events. What's next? What's next, Jeff? You're going to go to the FAA and try to tell them to force people to join the USPPA? You folks out there, watch out for this guy. He's sugary sweet, and he'll try to intelligently sum it all away and why he's doing this and why he's doing that. But if you check out the website, you check out things like that, you're going to see it's just a platform to market all of his videos. All of what's taught in his videos, I will teach you for free, in person, side by side. I won't charge you a dime, nothing, zero, zilch, nada. Jeff, I don't like your sexual lifestyle. That's not my business. I don't like your opinion about my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That's your opinion too. But I'm not going to tolerate your lies about me. And that's what you're doing to people. And that's fine. Because the more they find out, the more I'm going to tell them about you. You're a scammer, but here it is. It's my invitation. You come on in. You're welcome to come to my field. I will invite you. I'll send you a letter of invitation. I will pay. I'm personally, right now, again, I will pay all of your airfare to get there. I will pay for your motel. I will pay for all your food and expenses to come out and critique me and show what I'm doing wrong. In fact, you can film it and put it on your website to show all these other instructors where it is you think I'm failing. Now, if you haven't got the guts to come out, then shut up. Put up or shut up. You're dealing with an American, Jeff. That's what you got. So, there's my invitation. Hope to hear from you soon. I doubt that I will. See ya.